This is a Luis Robert swing breakdown, absolute beast, MVP candidate, 30 plus power potential, couple down years, but this is a great get of a high ceiling guy. Let's take a look at his swing. First off, let's look at his stance, okay? Stance is the number one thing that we first look at because it's the number one thing that we do when we get into the box, okay? Here he is hinging his hips to activate his biggest muscles, his butt and his thighs, okay? Very important. That's our source for power. That's our source for balance, all right? And upper body, he is very set. When we are set in a position that is close to our swing, that means we don't have to do much. There's not extra homework in our swing. He's already set up. He's already ready, which I love, okay? So from here, he can already swing, basically. Now we get into the second phase, which is preparing the swing, loading and striding. This includes turning that front shoulder back, reaching that front shoulder forward. This creates the stretch to prepare the swing that can give us tension to release and unleash onto the ball. Okay? First thing he does is he starts to show the pitcher the back of this front shoulder right here. This gets his hands working back, and you'll notice his head, as he starts to load back, stays center. His head remains on that center line. A lot of guys, younger guys, tend to sway and their head will get more over this back foot, but it's very important that he stays center. He coils around that center red line so that he can maintain balance, head movement, not moving as much. And you notice when he's low in this back leg, he's able to get into his leg kick and control that front foot. Let's note where the front foot is. Starts here. This is quite a bit of movement. I usually wouldn't teach this. Of course, he's a major league player, has had great success. But usually when we simplify, we're better. You're seeing this as a trend all across Major League Baseball. Guys controlling and simplifying their moves. So more movement means more opportunity to mess up. This is quite a lot of distance to cover. So he started at that first yellow circle, went all the way back here just to end up about a foot length from where his original stride foot was. So something that I would do with Luis Robert is I would simplify this stride, okay? That's going to help him be on time, where he had a bunch of swing and miss last year, particularly against righties. So if we simplify that stride, he's probably going to be able to get that front foot down on time, won't get beat by fastballs, just control the body more, which means he'll be able to control the swing more. Now, here is stage 4, our launch position. When that front foot lands, this is where we swing from. We need this position to look really good, and it does. Here, he's still activating his legs, probably even more than his stance. You can see those hips hinged backwards. You can see the bend in his body here, looking really good, and then he's even created more length in his upper body. He's got the spacing not locked. Just a good angle with the front arm here. Really good position to launch from. Okay, wide. If we split them in half again, we want to look symmetrical on both sides, almost like we can defend someone in basketball, and I think he looks pretty athletic and strong here. Now, lastly, the swing. Okay, what we look for here is the upper body versus the lower body. What we always want leading is the hips, at least by a little margin, because the hips control the biggest muscle groups in our body, our abs, our butt, our thighs, the center, the nucleus of our body. We want that controlling the bat, and we want that providing the power. This is the engine of our swing, okay? Where a lot of guys will go wrong at all levels, pro, college, high school, youth especially. Guys will open that front shoulder early, but what you see him doing really well is resisting and closing that front shoulder, letting the hips lead here. So at this point, you could see the hips are facing here, whereas the chest is more delayed, facing here. So the hips are the leader. He's letting the biggest muscles lead his body, and that's going to pull the bat, create tension, create whip. Okay, actually, something cool here. You can see the stretch in his front jersey. That's created by loading back and striding forward. We're using that tension that we created in our load to be able to unleash that into power in the swing. Okay, you notice also by leading with the hips, that allows the bat to naturally kind of turn behind into our slot that you'll often hear it called. So the barrel gets onto the arm side of the shoulder. Like if we are to show a line where the shoulder is, it really allows the bat to work behind. Okay, what that does is it gets us depth behind the ball. So if we bring in the ball here, okay, the ball has a path like this. It's a breaking ball, so maybe a little bit more arc. But as hitters, we're trying to match the plane of the pitch. So he's getting in the zone super deep, somewhere around here. Okay. In baseball, as you get higher and higher in levels of competition, you're going to get beat more. Of course, we want to time the ball perfect every pitch, but that's not going to happen with so much off speed, so much velocity. Sometimes you're going to get the ball deeper in the zone, sometimes you're going to be out ahead of it. But if our path is on line with that pitch plane, even when we're wrong, when we're slightly late or slightly early, we're going to be able to hit. And that's the swing that he has. But on this pitch, it's a bomb homer. He catches it on time, just showing you how a swing with good depth and good extension can have us succeed. Okay, so his barrel's going behind the ball, and he's really extending these front arms, keeping his head down on that contact point to finish that swing through the zone. And then finally here, this is a great thing for all players to look at: knee, hip, head in line. We want to have that stature that allows us to stay behind the ball, which has us swing through the ball. If we're on the front side, then we swing down. If we're too much on the back side, we tend to swing up. Here, we're looking for that nearly vertical line, and also we're looking at this front side block, head to front foot. We're trying to keep this front side strong and stable so that the backside can whip. You can think about the front side being like a tether pole, okay, being cemented in the ground, and then our backside or the bat being the tethered ball whipping around that pole to create some centripetal force, not to get too nerdy, but to allow whip. Okay, so that strong front side is a very key thing that hitters need to have. Luis Robert showed a lot of other key things. His ceiling is so high. He's shown it to us. He's been injured. He's had some down years, but don't make no mistake, this is a really good player right here. Thanks, guys, for checking this out. Whether you're just a baseball guy that likes seeing swings, or if you're a player that's trying to improve, do me a favor, please like, subscribe, do all that stuff because it helps me. It pumps me up to make more of these videos. And specifically players that trying to improve, I do this for a living. I use video to help players realize what they can do better in their swing, to learn the swing more so you can become a better player, love baseball more, have more opportunities, because that's what I wish I had when I was younger. So check that out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.